My name is Namman. I am an associate professor here at the Jacobs Institute at CornellTech. I'm the director of the Connected Media program at the Jacobs Institute. I'm also the chief scientist and co-founder at Scene.co. Scene came out of the idea that we started noticing around 2008, 2009 that everything that happens in the world is captured and reflected in social media. But the tools to see that, to find what's happening and to understand what's going on are very limited, even today in 2015. So in a series of research projects, we imagined what it would be like to find the content that's relevant for different events, different things that are happening in the world, and to organize it in a way that helps people understand what happened. The idea is that we want you to be able to teleport essentially to any place in the world and understand what's going on using a visual, as much as possible, a visual representation of what is happening, using photos, using videos when possible, but also using tweets and other sources of information. Right, it's called Scene because very much the emphasis to visually to see what's going on in the world. And this is also related to the new product from this company called Catch, Catch.me. Start with a K, that allows you to, the product allows you to save and record your Meerkat, the Periscope streams, in a way, again, that represents visually what's going on in the world, but also allows you to archive and organize it so it's accessible and usable later. Yeah, so with Scene, the hypothesis was that people are very compelled by visual content. And they want to consume that and view it, and that helps them understand what's going on. So it was very much an emphasis on that rather than the text that you can show for such events, obviously from tweets and other sources. For example, a few months ago there were protests and some riots even in Baltimore in the US. If you went to Google at that time and typed Baltimore riots, you may have gotten some links to news articles that were usually a few hours old. If you went to Google Images, you saw images from the Baltimore riots of the 1800s, and maybe of a few weeks before, but the new photos still didn't bubble up to the top of Google Images. If you went to Twitter and Instagram, you saw a lot of content, but it was very hard to see what was happening recently and what's important. Instead, Scene can take all that information and process it close to real time to create automatic highlights of the most recent media to show you what was happening and what was interesting. Yeah, so I think what we're trying to do is to, both with Scene and with Catch, to create better tools to archive, to hold this content so it's archival, so it's accessible in the future, but also so that it's organized and it's very clear and very easy to see what was happening and very easy to find the content. We imagine that a lot of people will come to us because they are interested enough in the topic to search for information about it, and then we create those pages such that those searches, we often have the first pages on the web for these topics because we have an automatic engine that analyzes and makes those pages available. So we imagine that people will find it just by typing into Google, Baltimore riots or Oscars, Ellen DeGeneres, or some topics like that are happening right now. But there are very few pages on the web that can give them that answer right now. Like every startup, for Scene and for Catch project, the goal is to grow the number of eyeballs, to grow the number of people that are using it on a daily basis. I think we want to obviously improve the analysis, improve the algorithms, improve the product features in a way that reach the most people. I'm happy to be on Xtecher. I'm looking forward to seeing what Xtecher has to offer to the tech world in China and beyond. Xtecher could be a great way for us to reach students in China. And we think there's a great set of students. We've seen them. They already, some of them came here as masters and PhD students. We hope to see more in the future.